Hi, this is Tim Alosi from New England Controls, and this is part 3 of our screencast on abnormal situation management. In part 1, we reviewed design techniques using equipment modules to minimize the likelihood that the operator causes an abnormal situation. In part 2, we reviewed human-centric design techniques for designing operator displays to ensure that the operator is aware of any abnormal situations that might occur. And in this part 3, we're going to explore the use of DeltaV's alarm help in order to ensure that the operator has the information that they need to effectively respond to alarms. As we left our vessel here, we had a level failure that had caused our agitator to trip out. If I was an inexperienced operator, I might not know exactly what to do here. So, what might make sense is to start by clicking on the device that has the highest alarm. What we see when we pull up the faceplate for the level indicator is that the low alarm is active and it has a help icon. This icon here indicates that there's additional information to facilitate responding to this event. By selecting it, we see that a couple of things up front. We see that this alarm has been active for 1 minute and that we have about 8 minutes left to respond, so we better get going. We see that it's serious and that it can have an impact on production, equipment, and the environment. Next, we want to take a look at recommended actions. The first thing we want to do is make sure that the device itself is operational with AMS. If the device has failed, submit a work order for it to be repaired. Secondly, we're going to want to secure the outlet and inlet valves. If the agitator was running, we might need to reset it, and then we want to secure the condenser. The probable cause is that the tank was being drained, or there was a failure, and the alarm help reminds us that the failure can be caused by plugged impulse lines. That gives us a good start on what we might need to do. Let's take a look at what might be wrong with the agitator. The agitator also has some help. In this case here, we have not only do we have information on the recommended actions and the probable causes, but the person that wrote the alarm help has also included some design information that gives us some additional context around this alert. So it says that the agitator is interlocked on the level to ensure that there's sufficient level to cover the agitator blades. This is to prevent damage to the agitator, such as a bent shaft, and to the vessel. Well, this one here says we have more time to respond and that it's no longer active, so we're going to move on. So as you can see, the alarm help really facilitates having the operator, providing the operator with the information to respond. Now, it can take a lot of effort to write and record all this alarm help. So DeltaV has a feature that allows your more experienced operators and engineers to author this alarm help on the fly as events happen. This way you can leverage the knowledge that already exists in your operations staff and minimize the impact of introducing the alarm help to your operators by not having to configure it all up front. Let's show you an example of how we might do that. First of all, let's cause another failure of our instruments. So I'm going to take one of these out of service. We notice from our human-centric design techniques that we get a new alarm, purple indicating a deviation. Selecting this, we identify there's no help over here, but we do have the little document with the pencil that allows us to author the help. Now we have the right privileges, so we can do this. Operators that don't have the right privilege will not have this option. By selecting the authoring, we can choose, is there a limit on the time to respond? For this particular alert, we're going to say less than 10 minutes. And if there is not a correction, we'll say this is only a minor problem. The recommended action here, since this is 2 different temperature sensors in the vessel, is to verify which sensor is correct and switch to the valid sensor probable causes would be RTD drift. We can save that out, and now once it has been reviewed and downloaded to the workstations, all of the operators will be able to benefit from that. So what we've done today is we've shown how we can embed knowledge into the system to facilitate the operators for effective response to abnormal situations. I hope you've learned a little bit today during the demo, and I hope to see you at the ISPE trade show in October of 2011.